I know this feeling comes late, when the world finally quiets and your thoughts refuse to the same. You lie there wondering why closeness feels distant, even from what once comforted you. This moment is deeply human. Almost everyone reaches it. Nothing is broken in you. You are simply awake inside yourself, noticing the space between noise and meaning without judgment, waiting quietly, breathing, allowing the night to hold you. There are nights when silence feels heavier than sound, when absence seems louder than presence. You may search for reassurance and find only your own breathing. That can feel lonely, but it is also honest. Stillness reveals what busyness hides. It invites you to sit with yourself without fixing, explaining, or labeling the experience as wrong. In these moments, patience grows slowly, teaching acceptance before understanding arrives within you now. Many people think closeness should feel obvious, warm, unmistakable. When it does not, they assume distance has replaced it. Yet closeness often works quietly, like gravity, unseen but constant. Compassion does not announce itself. It stays nearby, especially when emotions blur perception. What feels far may be nearer than your thoughts allow you to sense. This misunderstanding is common during tired hours when clarity rests and returns later gently again. You may have learned compassion through struggle, patience through waiting, presence through pain. These qualities rarely arrive through comfort alone. They are shaped in uncertainty when answers stay quiet. This shaping is not punishment. It is formation. Becoming often feels like losing familiarity before discovering depth. The process asks you to stay, breathe, and trust the unfolding moment, even when progress feels invisible and slow inside you right now here. There is a wisdom many associate with Jesus, not as authority, but as example. A way of meeting people where they are, sitting with pain without rushing it away, offering presence instead of solutions. You do not need beliefs to understand this approach. It speaks in human language. Stay close, be gentle, remain available to the moment unfolding, without forcing meaning, certainty, or emotional performance tonight in your awareness now. Closeness does not always feel like comfort. Sometimes it feels like quiet company during confusion, like someone sitting beside you without speaking. This kind of presence can be missed because it lacks drama. Yet it steadies the nervous system. It softens self-judgment. It reminds you that you are not required to earn care through understanding or progress, or constant strength during difficult internal seasons of change for yourself either. When you feel distant, it may not be separation, but sensitivity. You are noticing layers once ignored. Awareness can feel uncomfortable before it feels meaningful. This is how growth begins, quietly. Nothing has left you. Nothing has turned away. What you sense as absence may simply be space being made for deeper understanding to settle without pressure, allowing patience, compassion, and presence to integrate naturally over time within you, gently. You are not behind for feeling this way. You are not failing a test of faith or strength. You are experiencing a pause. Pauses are not empty. They are spaces where listening replaces effort. In these spaces, values associated with Jesus quietly appear: kindness, patience, humility. They arrive without demand, asking only your willingness to remain present with uncertainty, without conclusions, and without self-criticism tonight in this moment here. You may expect clarity to arrive as a feeling, but often it arrives as steadiness, a subtle sense that you can keep going. That is enough for now. Presence does not remove difficulty, it accompanies it. Compassion does not fix you, it sits with you. If something feels close yet quiet, that closeness may already be doing its work beyond awareness, beyond emotion, beneath restless thinking tonight inside you now. As this moment continues, nothing needs to resolve. You do not need to label what you feel. Simply notice that you are here, breathing, listening. If the idea of Jesus means anything, let it mean gentle closeness without expectation. If it means nothing, let compassion still remain. The night can hold questions without answers, and so can you, leaving space for rest, reflection, and quiet understanding to arrive naturally later. The feeling of closeness often changes shape as we grow. What once felt clear may soften into something quieter. That does not mean it is weaker. It means it has learned how to stay without needing attention. Like calm breathing in a dark room, it supports you even when unnoticed. You are allowed to trust what you cannot fully feel right now, without forcing certainty or emotional proof today gently. Sometimes distance is created by exhaustion, not separation. When your body and mind are tired, perception narrows. Everything feels heavier, farther away. This is not a spiritual problem. It is a human one. Rest restores perspective. Presence becomes easier when pressure leaves. Tonight, you are invited to stop measuring your inner experience and simply let yourself exist, without improvement, explanation, or effort, and without judging the moment as lacking anything. Closeness can exist without sensation. Care can exist without reassurance. Many gentle things work this way. They do not announce themselves. They function quietly in the background, keeping you steady while your attention wanders. If something compassionate is near you now, it may be holding you in ways that do not translate into emotion. Subtle support is still support, even when unnoticed during these quiet, late hours of reflection now. You may be learning a slower kind of trust, one that does not rely on constant reassurance. This trust grows when you allow uncertainty to remain unanswered. It develops resilience without demanding control. The values often linked to Jesus point toward this patience. Staying present, offering kindness inwardly, allowing growth to unfold without self-pressure. This is not weakness. It is maturity, taking shape quietly within you over time naturally. When struggle lingers, the mind often searches for reasons. It wants explanations. But becoming does not always provide them. Some changes happen beneath awareness, like roots growing in darkness, unseen but essential. You are not required to understand your process while you are inside it. Being present is enough. Patience is not passive. It is active trust in gradual transformation, unfolding without urgency or timelines imposed by comparison or fear. If closeness feels absent, consider that it may be working quietly within your awareness. Some forms of support do not comfort immediately. They stabilize first. They hold you steady so you do not fall apart while answers form slowly. This kind of presence respects your pace. It does not rush resolution. It simply remains. That staying is meaningful, even when it does not feel reassuring yet, during uncertain emotional nights. You are allowed to rest without conclusions. You are allowed to pause your searching. Nothing meaningful is lost when you stop striving for clarity. Sometimes clarity arrives after rest, not effort. Compassion teaches this gently. Presence allows it. The idea of Jesus, when stripped of authority, reflects this human truth. Stay with yourself kindly. Let the night pass without forcing insight or demanding answers before your system feels safe now. Closeness is not measured by intensity. It is measured by endurance. What stays with you through confusion, fatigue, and doubt matters more than fleeting comfort. If something steady remains tonight, even faintly, it deserves trust. You are still accompanied, even if the companionship feels subtle. Subtle does not mean weak. It means refined, patient, and deeply respectful of your inner rhythm as it adjusts slowly to growth and healing naturally. Your experience does not need interpretation to be valid. Feelings come and go. Presence remains. If you sense nothing, that is still something. It is honesty. It is a pause between waves. Allow it. The values inspired by compassion invite you to remain gentle with yourself here. No fixing, no proving, just staying aware, breathing, and letting the moment be exactly as it is without resistance, judgment, or expectation tonight. As this quiet time settles, you do not need to name what feels close. Let it remain undefined. Sometimes meaning forms later. For now, rest in the simple fact that you are here, aware and breathing. That is enough. Whatever compassion truly is, it meets you there. When the night moves on, you may notice something small has shifted, softly, without announcement, leaving space for tomorrow to unfold naturally now.